Hey everybody, it's me Jake. And today's episode, not really episode, but today's video is my coming out video. Um, Story about how I came out to my parents. I knew I was gay when, like, 7th grade. I didn't know what it actually meant. I just knew that I was into men more than I was into women. This girl kept asking me out. It was really weird. Calling me She kept following me. She kept stalking me. I kept trying to push her away. She kept calling me her boyfriend, and I just couldn't do it. And she still just kept going on and on and on, spreading rumors that I was dating her, and I wasn't. And um, back then I didn't really have the courage to tell anybody, like at all, about that I like men. Um, so it really I started just watching TV, and as watching TV, I would just sweat, and I would my heart would beat so fast, and my mouth would be all watery just from seeing a guy on TV. And even when I saw a girl, I was like, eh. But when I saw a guy, my heart was beating fast, like I said, and everything was just weird. And it wasn't until 7th or 8th grade when I asked some of my friends at lunch. I said, "What does that make you gay? I mean, how do you know when you're gay?" And do you know when you're just like how?" And they're like, "Well, I mean, it's like I just keep getting sweaty and my heart keeps beating real fast, and um, my mouth's always wandering." And they're like, "Yeah, you're gay. You're definitely gay." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And so that's 8th grade was when I was gay. Was when I knew the word, and it's when I actually came out to my friends. Mostly one of my friends, not really all my friends, but some of them. Um, I had feelings towards one of my friends, but then we didn't really talk after that until not until maybe a couple of years ago, maybe this year. Um, because he's Christian, he wasn't gay at all, he was straight. And I holding secrets from me about how I feel about other people is just weird. And I didn't really like it that much, so I just decided to tell him. And we didn't really talk much, but now everything's good between us, so that's really good. Um, so when high school came around, I got a lot more confident about telling my friends that I was gay and that I liked men. Um, and it was a lot better for me. I still didn't tell anybody in my family. On my 16th birthday, um, I was not like caught, but I watched gay porn, on my birthday. And the next day, my brother was just going through my computer, putting up some space because he was going so slow. He was looking through my browser, and he asked me, and came in my bedroom, he's like, "Are you gay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And at that point, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed because that's not how it went. and to find out. I thought I deleted my history, and apparently I didn't, and it was weird from that, and I was so embarrassed. And I asked him, I said that, you're not gonna tell Mom, are you? And he's like, no, I'm not gonna tell Mom. So, I mean, that was probably the best thing he has ever. I'm gonna put this down. I'm sorry, it's all over the place, apparently. So that was my oldest brother found out when I was 16. When I became 17, I decided to tell my siblings, all my brothers and all my sisters, that I was gay, and they accepted it for who I was. And they kept telling me that I needed to tell Mom and Dad, and I kept telling them that I wasn't ready yet, and that I needed more time, because I didn't know how they would react. And so when I turned 18, I decided to tell my Mom and Dad. And my mom took, not, I mean, she took it well. She's had a lot of questions. And my dad, well, as usual, he was just my dad, and he just said, okay. So my dad took it very well. My mom didn't really my mom's still trying to process everything. She got, she decided to go online and decided to look up how to handle having gay kids, and I told her that she does not need to handle any of that. It is not her. It's not her business. It's not her fault. And she's like, no, it's not my fault, and I'm not saying that I disown you or that I don't love you. It's just that I just need to know how to handle this in case when the rest of the family asks, I just need to know how to handle it. The rest of my family is really weird about religion and everything. The rest of me, like my cousins, aunts, and uncles, and my grandma and grandpa. So I decided to I haven't told them anything. And I probably never will. Not anytime soon. Not only are they super religious, but they have a way of saying hurtful things by trying to make a joke and turn them into hurtful words. And they don't understand the difference between that. So I'm not telling them anytime soon. It's best for me that I don't. Anyway, about that time, I got more and more confident in telling people who I was in high school. So, like, theater came around. During theater, I had a lot of people asking me if I like women, and I'm like, no. I sort of like men. And, I got really comfortable telling them. I got really comfortable telling my friends a lot more than I did my parents and my family, mostly my family, because they can't really do anything about it, and we could gossip about boys, mostly girls. It's a lot easier telling girls than it is boys, because you could gossip about boys and, say he's cute and he's not. And I have a lot of really good friends, boys and girls. I had this best friend in high school. He was super religious. I'm not gonna say his name, but let's just say that I told him I was gay, and I told him I liked him, And then we didn't talk for a while. I had a major crush on him in high school. Through freshman year all the way through at least my junior year. Other than that, I didn't really care about him anymore that much, feeling wise. So I told him, and he said I don't feel that, I don't feel the same. I think we need to take a pause in our relationship because this is really awkward and I'm not really comfortable about this. And I said I understand. So we took a pause. And it makes me want to quite tear up. And then we became friends again, and he said that he doesn't accept me for who I am, but he loves me as his friend, as his brother. And that's all that matters. And so I tried to look past all that. But at lunch tables, it was usually just a bunch of girls, and then me, and then him. And they would talk about boys, and they would point. I'm like, he's not that cute. And my friends would just look up and be like, okay, this is really awkward. Can we change the subject, please? I'm like, yeah. At that point, my senior year, after I graduated, I found out that he really wasn't a friend. He said I was a sinner and called me a faggot. And I told him not to reach me ever again. I thought maybe we could come to an understanding, but apparently his belief was too hard, was too strong, that he just didn't want to be friends with somebody who was gay. So after that, I was really, really, really mad at him. And I still am to this day. My parents say that it's not my fault, that he's just one confused boy. But I said that I don't care if he's confused or not. He's dead to me. And I've tried so hard to try to forget him. But that's 5 years. 4. 4 years of friendship down the drain. And it wasn't easy telling him. And it wasn't easy telling my friends. And it definitely wasn't easy telling some of my teachers, especially teachers that are friends. But there are some people that I can't tell, like my cousins and my grandma and grandpa. Because my grandma and grandpa are like in their 80s, almost 90s, and I think they won't care, but that, I just don't want to take a chance on that. My niece knows, and she's only 13. My 2 sisters with the alcohol syndrome doesn't like the idea of me being gay and doesn't accept it. But to be honest, I don't really care what they say because I don't really care for them anyway. My sister-in-law are like, oh my gosh, it's so great. We can talk about boys now. Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm tired. I'm kind of tired in them. Let's do this when my parents are out because I didn't want to hear anything. I didn't want them to hear I was saying. So anyway, it was hard. Definitely for me. Coming out to my friends, no, and my family. And telling them how I feel about some people. Even though they don't like you back. It's awkward. And I learned today, still now today, that you come out when you're ready. Don't wait for someone to tell you. Don't be pressured into someone telling you that you're gay. Don't be friends with someone who says that they accept your religion, but they'll be friends with you because they love you as a friend. They look up to you as a brother, but they're not going to accept your relationship status. They're not going to accept your sexuality. Especially if it's your best friend who betrayed you and stabbed you in the back. Be who you are. Tell your parents, don't be afraid. Don't be like me. I'm gonna tell my cousins one day, and I'm gonna tell my aunts and my uncles. And if they ever comment to me meanly, or even remotely think it's funny, jokingly, I'm gonna tell them that that's not right, and this is who I am. If they can't accept it, oh wow. And I'm telling you guys right now, if you can't accept it, oh wow. If you don't like my videos, because you like my videos because they're awesome, and that's good. But don't like my video, but don't not like my channel because I am gay. If you have a problem with me, then don't watch this. Don't subscribe. If you like my videos, great, watch them. But I'm not gonna I don't want to hear any rude comments about how being gay is a sin, and how people say that just it's a sin, but you're a great guy, so I guess we can still be friends. My best friend wasn't there for me a lot. I had a nurse for my whole life until I turned 17. She was diagnosed with cancer, stage 4. She was on vacation with her sisters. She got really sick, so she had to come home. She got in the hospital, and that's when they found out that a tumor, like the size of a watermelon, appeared out of nowhere. Apparently, it's been there for years. She only had 6 months to live, and it was 6 months. She died December 29th. 2017. I wanted to tell her so much, but even sometimes she whispered out things that, like we're watching TV, and she'd be like, why do they have to focus on the gay characters? Or why do they have so many gay characters in the show? So I never told her, but apparently she knew. She knew I was gay in 3rd grade, apparently. My 3rd grade teacher is a family friend. And I told her. And she said, I know. I said, what do you mean? And I thought maybe her daughter told her. And it was like, I'd be like, that's not cool. But no. Like, I knew in 3rd grade, and so did she, my nurse. And I started bawling because I never told my nurse, and I really wanted to so bad, but I never had the courage to. I never, ever had the courage to come out to a lot of people back then. I always liked playing with Barbie dolls when I was little. I used to sing Barbie Girl a lot. That was my favorite song growing up a lot. I love musicals. Still to this day, I still love musicals. My favorite was Mamma Mia, and I would watch it 24/7 back then. I loved Disney princesses. I mean, I still do. My favorite Disney princess is gonna be Ariel. I love Ariel. But I would dress up, and we had, I never dressed up in a little princess dress, or a witch, or, anything. Oh, yeah, I'm a Wiccan, too. Not only gay, but I'm a Wiccan. I gave it up. I mean, I wouldn't say, yeah, I gave up on God in heaven a long time ago after she passed, my nurse passed, because I felt like that he wasn't looking up to me. I'm not saying that one day I won't find that religion. I won't find my way back to him. Hopefully, I will. But back then, I would watch. Still to this day, I still watch a lot of girl drama shows. Obviously, I would watch The Vampire Diaries, Making Mermaids, H2O, Just Add Water, um, Gossip Girl, um, anything that which is like a TV show drama series. Pretty Little Liars, and my brothers back then, Winx Club. Um, they would tease and be like, "Oh my gosh, those are girl shows are so gay," blah blah blah. I'm like, haha, so funny. I would try to keep it so cool, but I couldn't. Like, I feel like they and my other brother, cause like I know, you know what I mean? Like I know, he's like I kind of figured everything that you watch, everything that you do. I just kind of figured that you will. Plus, you were never into girls. I did went to homecoming my sophomore and my not my yeah my sophomore year, and I went with a girl as a friend. She knew I was gay, and I asked her out first because she had a boyfriend who was in college, and she was a sophomore, so it was kind of weird. And he was over 8, he was 21, so he couldn't go. So I asked her because she had no one to go with. And she said, sure, cool. And we were going to go as a group and everything. And I said, that's fine. I really don't know anybody from a group. I'm like, hey, that's fine. And she was one of the popular kids along with me. She was a cheerleader. I was only popular because I was on TV and that apparently I inspire people in a way that I don't know how. So I took her to the dance, but apparently someone else asked her out a week after, and she said yes too. And she said yes, and so she ended up taking 2 men to the dance, and I kind of felt a little heartbroken. I didn't care that someone asked her, and she said yes. Well, that is actually why. But I was kind of heartbroken because I asked her first, and I knew we were just going as friends. But I felt like that she said yes to the other guy because I wasn't in a wheelchair. And that means that he could go on the dance floor and they could actually go dance and do whatever they wanted. And I just stick around, and I hated. I never went to prom. I went again to homecoming after high school with my friend who was in a wheelchair to show her the ropes that she wanted to go. And she was afraid of going by herself, so I took her to homecoming as well. I got I got baptized with some sophomores and freshmen, and I said, yeah, I don't go here anymore, and I'm not interested. I got friends to this day. I have told them that I think that they're hot, I think that they're sexy, and they'll say thanks, and that I'd be like, that's it, I'm not gonna make it any more real than it is. Or I'd be like, I think I had a little thing for you, and they'd be like, other thanks, but I don't feel you that way, and we're still friends. And there's some people that I just have my feelings to this day. Um, I I saw John Barrowman once, and I told him, thank you for being you. Thank you for giving me the courage to come out to my family. And he gave me a hug, and I wanted to start crying, and he was just the nicest person ever. Like, he did not hide his gayness at all. And if you don't know who John Barrowman is, you need to go watch Arrow and Doctor Who and Torchwood. He is just the nicest man ever. So after that, I would be a sophomore in college, but I'm not in college. I graduated high school like a year and a half ago, so almost 2 years. Um, Still to this day, I'm learning new things. My brother, not really my youngest, but second youngest brother said when I turned 21, he's gonna take me to Las Vegas to Chippendales, and kind of excited, but I'm also kind of scared because he's kind of like the reckless brother. Like he's the kind of brother that he gets drunk and he gets reckless and he has to suffer the consequences. Type of brother. And trust me, he has done that before. But coming out isn't easy. But staying in the closet isn't healthy. Nobody should stay in the closet. If you like somebody for who they are, and if you think that if you don't feel the same way about the other person, feel like men. I'm talking about girls. Girls, if you don't like men, be like women. Then stand up. Tell your parents. Tell whoever when you are ready. Don't do it because don't force it, but do it when you are ready. The same thing with men. Do it when you are ready. Tell your parents. Doesn't matter what sexuality you are. Tell your parents. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, drag queen, if you want to put that in, pansexual. Just tell them. It's your life. And so far, my mom is telling me to not tell anybody that I'm gay. And still to this day, not all of my friends know. That's why I'm making this video to show that if my family sees this, some of them, I don't care. Because I'm done hiding my darkest secret ever. And bring it on. But, yeah, I mean, that's the only advice I actually have right now. I mean, if you could think of anything that could actually help me, have a lot more courage and not be so afraid. I never asked anybody out before. I don't even never had a boyfriend, never had a relationship. Because I don't know when to ask. And and when I always go out, I always go out with either my parents or one of my siblings because I'm in a wheelchair. I mean, I can't be around. Thank you, Era, fan 123. But, but if you guys have any advice for me, that would be great. Because I could use it. I'm a kid in a wheelchair that has brittle bones who can't even get a relationship, and he's 19 years old. It's ridiculous. I should have had a boyfriend back in high school. I should have not been that afraid to tell some of my friends who apparently were gay, but I decided that I didn't tell them because I can just read by a person that you can trust them or you can't. And some of those friends I couldn't, so I just never told them. And I would like to know more. I would like to know more about being gay. I would like to go to a gay pride thing. I would like to go to like a parade, like gay pride parade, or a festival for the LGBTQ. I completely support it. But it's just hard. But don't be afraid. Remember, this is your fight song. This is your life. Don't be speechless. Have courage. Be brave. That's all. And please don't forget to subscribe. Ring that notification button. And if you still haven't watched the contest, still haven't heard, I'm doing a contest and I have a video about that. If you guys want to know, only 6 days left until I pick the 3 winners, and I will announce them on YouTube who those 3 winners are. Thank you for listening to my story, and thank you for sticking with me for almost 34 minutes. You guys are truly wonderful, and I couldn't ask for any better fans than you guys. Please tell your friends and family to come see my channel or subscribe, like, share. Even if it's just one video, I don't care. I would love to hopefully spread word throughout the throughout the world about my stories. Not only just about me being gay, but my life as just, overcoming hardships and obstacles through being in a wheelchair and how I get through it. And making these videos is one of the things I do to get through them. And hopefully this inspires other people who are disabled like me. And I don't mean just in a chair, I mean anything. So thank you again. You guys have a nice day. Bye.